All right, test Wickerson Studios. Once again, I'm just playing around with some of Carl's Singline scripts for the KUKA PRC, and I know my stuff is, obviously going to collide with the object. You have to think like, what is this object? And I'm just running it as data. I'm actually thrilled by this type of geometry that's forming here as a kind of path to go in. So I'm looking at it as pretty much an artist, and you can see a lot of collision problems with KUKA over here. Um, but let me just walk you through it. And what I've tried to do is like give myself a little bit of playfulness on what I do with my Wickerson Studio node. So this is a function of recursion that I've generated in Python. It's available on my Patreon. It's a pretty simple script that you can play with and get in here and start to draw a spiral. I'm not sure who I pulled it off of as a function and then just amended it and made it a little more funky with a little bit of math. But that's basically it, just running a function of draw a spiral. You need a radius 1 and 2 and lines, and of course it's importing all that, the points, which I've just grabbed to populate 2D, 554 points. I mean, it's just wonderful to deal with this sense of recursion and then lifted and lofted that. So obviously this is more advanced, even though it's totally chaotic and creative. And then I've run that geometry as these pipes, which can be seen, but I didn't actually, I think I run the pipes as a closed, flat surface into a B rep that I choose the third B rep. I wonder what happens to this pattern if I ran it as a, let's just grab another iteration, see what happens if I go into an index here. Yeah, it changes the whole setup of that. And I'll hit play again because it resets it. So the spike comes down. It's basically trying to follow this very recursive path. And I guess you could put a number slider on here because you're dealing with 2,700 faces to orient itself and find a list item and find the center of that. And then I'm putting that through to the, I've got a little play simulation here, which can happily be done by 0 through 1, but I've got this nice little node, KUKA PRC play, which is hard to come by online. And then this is all leftover data that's unnecessary because I'm not using it in building this geometry. So I'm trying to just pare down these scripts to a little bit of Wickerson Studios generating line-like curves. And I think we've got 900 curves that are in here. And those are the paths, recursive paths for this little pointer. All I did was build a little geometry as a spiked little cone to be my tool because it's just my custom little tool. There are some problems with it. You can change out your robot. And you're just finding command tool paths that it totally, this node is amazing. This KUKA PRC core just like follows the patterns. You can grab any mesh geometries or whatever you have. So I'm just having fun with it. Playful. Get in there. Get your nose around it. Try and understand it as a sense of programming. Notice that there are some nodes that are a little more complex that are tucked into here. Not sure what happens if I start to pull this back. Let's see how it. I just like the speed of recursion. Let's just pull this back and have a little less. There we go. It's just going to process that a little quicker, probably with less points. Let's see what happens when I run the script. It does kind of reset each time. And also, like, if you're going to make a tool that's 559 long in length from a cone, you want to get in here and start playing with the z-axis. So you wrap your head around all these things that robotics teaches you. But if you're like me and you never took a course, this is just a wonderful way to get playful on all of this. I'm just going to hit play simulate and see what it does to this curve. Pretty simple. Just a recursive spiral from an inner radius to an outer radius. Now, if I had a pretty cool tool that would kind of spin web like a spider, I think it's kind of nice to think of the KUKA arm doing that. And I'm just throwing it out there as a creative kind of programming associated with what you might do. And I love this kind of wrapping and moving and elegant kind of extension of the human body. And, it's Friday, and I've had a full week of work, and it's nice to come home and just creatively try to find out where I am in my own head. Thanks for watching.